All right, I want to do something a little bit differently today. So, gonna make a song, a simple song, but a song from scratch. So, planning on the song having three parts, verse, chorus, some kind of bridge that either will be different from the chords of the verse or might be similar, might be one of the songs. I'll figure it out when I get there. So, let me explain the process. Up until now, everything that I've done where I've used the guitar or the bass, I've gone straight into the MPC One. But today I'm going to use what I use when I play live. So my signal chain will be this NUX or NUX. I don't know what the name of the company is. They make budget pedals that are pretty decent. But this is their Golden Horse, which is a copy of the Klon Centaur, which is a pedal from the 1990s that all you guitar nerds will know. They fetch prices of like $5,000 on the internet, which is absurd to me. I don't know why anyone would pay that much for an overdrive pedal. Even if you are a collector, at the end of the day, these are just tools to me. And my favorite pedal that I have, which is this Notes Revolt guitar preamp. It's got a Fender basement channel. It's got a Marshall Plexi channel. It's got a Soldano SLO 100 channel that I basically never use because I don't really rock that hard. And everything goes through a 12AX7 preamp too. Sounds warm and saturated. It's got some other capabilities. It's got a built-in boost that sounds nice as well. And then the last thing in the chain will be my Line 6 HX Stomp, which, to be honest with you guys, you could just run this as your whole guitar or bass rig. This thing is amazing. I feel dumb that I didn't get it before I did. I've had it for a few years now. And yeah, you could honestly gig with this. There's a lot of people who do. Shout out to Jonathan Cordy, phenomenal guitar player. He does a lot of HX Stomp videos on YouTube. Makes preset packs that are awesome as well. But yeah, I'm gonna go through this chain into the MPC One for the guitar, for the bass. So yeah, let's do it. So I got out my Harley Benton MR Classic. I love this guitar. Harley Benton is from Thomann. They're like the German version of Guitar Center. And I heard for years about how they just make cheap gear that's awesome somehow. But I never really had a need to try out anything that they made because I have a Les Paul, so I'm not in the market for a Les Paul copy. I have a Strat that I did a lot to make cool. It's like an old, one of the kit guitars that you would get from Squier that would come with an amp, super cheap. But back in the early 2000s, they would use like the third and fourths. So basically the bodies and necks from the American series that they weren't going to use. So I swapped the pickups out, changed the tuners, changed the tremolo block, which was possible because the body is the normal depth. Any of you guys that know about guitars know that like a Squier Stratocaster is like 11 millimeters thinner than a Fender Stratocaster typically. So when you want to get a real meaty tremolo block in there, you can't because it's not deep enough. Well, if you find one of these SE Strats from like 2000 to 2005, I believe it was, they used full depth bodies. Now I had to get the body routed a little bit deeper to fit the electronics that I switched to, but it ain't much of a thing. But yeah, this one is like a copy of the guitar that Johnny Ramone played. For all the Ramones fans out there, the Most Right guitar. And since I'm not going to be having a Most Right guitar anytime soon, it's like, okay, I'll try that one out. So, and I'm happy I did because it's like a under $200 guitar and this thing is awesome. I had to tune it. I'm not going to use the tuner on the MPC One Plus. I'm just going to use the tuner on my HX Stomp because it's right in front of me. I don't know what the ratio is on these tuning gears, but that might have to be changed at some point. So I just activated the boost now. So in this HX Stomp, I got what I call the Swiss Army knife, and now this already has a Klon Centaur patch in it, so I'm gonna turn that off. Now it's a little bit less gainy. It's got the viscous vibe, which that's a univibe, like the Hendrix, you know. I'm gonna keep that on. It's got a Cosmos echo on, just a little bit of echo, real nice 150 millisecond delay, and there's a plate reverb in here that's not activated. Do I want it? Yeah, that sounds good. So let me just set up the track. I'm gonna name it guitar. Now let's figure out a... So since this is a song, I'm gonna make it 8 bars. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit more than this actually. So that's one of... Make this 8 bars and let's do it. Cool. I like that. Okay, now we gotta figure out another sound, because I want there to be a completely different guitar for the chorus. I'm gonna go ahead and name sequence 1 verse. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna name this first guitar. I'm gonna keep it as guitar, but I'm gonna have it as guitar. I'm gonna have it as verse guitar. And now we're gonna start another sequence. Name this one chorus. Add another track. Let's go to input 1. Turn the monitoring on. Now I gotta figure out a sound for this one. Alright, I like this, because this is beefier. It's still got the same effects chain on. Yeah, but it's just a little beefier, so. Alright, let's make this 8 bars, and let's track this madness. That sounds good. Let's name it. Let's jump over here. Let's create another sequence. Let's drop it to 98 BPM. 98. Let's add another instrument track, and we're gonna name this one bridge guitar. Now let's find a unique sound for that. So for this, I'm gonna go even cleaner. So I'm gonna go back to that. Back to the basement channel. the same volume, a little less gain. Now I'm gonna go through the presets. These are my own presets that I created for live shows. So this one's called Swiss Army Knife, because obviously it's applicable in a lot of different situations. Yep, that works. Let me name this bridge. All right, I've already recorded the bridge guitar, and the camera ran out of space because yesterday I filmed for about an hour or more, and by the time I got everything sorted out, the camera actually died. So I forgot to delete the 4+ videos from that. So I'm just gonna play you what I did. I have a neo soul patch that I created on the HX Stomp from a video that I kind of followed along with and added my own stuff to it. So I used that preset, and I used the Bassman channel on the Notes Revolt, and it sounds a little bit like this. So now we need bass. So got my trusty jazz bass out, and we're gonna record bass for each of those parts, and then we'll get into the drums. So I'm just gonna create another track. I'm gonna name it bass guitar. Now the nice thing about bass is I'm not gonna be switching sounds through the whole thing. What I might do is for some of the parts, I might add a little sub bass underneath it just to give it a little extra throb. Like for this bridge, at some point I might add some sub bass, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that or not. It just depends on how I feel once this takes shape. I don't really make hard, fast rules for how something's gonna sound before I have stuff recorded. Ooh, that neo soul patch sounds weird. Now I'm gonna bypass this for a second. Turn off the Horseman. I do have the boost on the Revolt. I'm gonna turn the bass up and turn the treble down. Okay, I got my work cut out for me. I'm gonna keep it because that little happy mistake at the end actually sounds dope, and it's in key. That's the beauty of making music. Like you know, you practice one thing and you got muscle memory, so you might hit another note or hit the notes in a different succession than you intended, and sometimes it ends up working out nicely. Like that has more flavor than what I initially came up with. What I initially came up with was a little more robotic than that, so I'm gonna keep it and let's move on. All right, now I've got the chorus pulled up. All right, let's do this. I think I got it. Here we go. All right, sounds good. Let's do the verse. that's it for the bass. So I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff and then gonna have fun with some drums. Okay, time to pick out some drums. We got bass and guitar loaded up. So let's do it. Let's get out of the audio, go to the MIDI tracks. Let's hide the channel strip. And we're on the verse, because the verse is first. Do I have a number one? I don't have a number one. Okay, I'm gonna name number one drums. We're on a drum program. Let's assign some samples. Ooh, I got all these vinyl drum machines from Mars Samples. These things are sick, by the way. They are amazing. That's kind of nice. First pat. Nope, too techno-y. That's got that Prince feel, obviously, because that's LM1 samples. I'm gonna go with number one, actually. All right, let's try something out. Verse is good. All right, let's try it. Yeah. All right, let's overdub it with a snare. Right, I think I like that. Let me turn the drums down a little bit again now. Let's run the bridge and let's see how that goes. Okay, we're back on the bridge. I already got it, so let's try it. got a nice bounce. Now I want to find some percussion. I'm gonna dig into a different bank. Okay, let's see what it sounds like. All right, let's try it. All right, cranked it up a little bit, turned off the metronome. Let's listen to the whole thing. Alright, that's it for that song. That came out pretty good in my opinion. I like the sound, I like the feel. Especially that bridge, it had a good bounce to it. So, you know what's next. I'm gonna have to bounce this out. This one's gonna be more difficult than most because it's not a loop, it's a full song. But I had a good time doing this, and especially using my guitar rig with the MPC One to get those cool sounding guitars. And then just those the vinyl from Mars one-shot samples are amazing. Like I have used some of their stuff before, but yeah, the this specific vinyl from Mars patch. If you don't know samples from Mars, check them out. I'm not endorsed by them or anything like that, but if I like something, I'll tell the truth, and I love those one-shot samples. Like they just added a whole new flavor to that song. So you'll hear this one sequenced out. I guess this is going to be number 7, so this will be some time down the line after I've edited this video, uploaded it, and I've sequenced out the 5 other ones that are before it. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you're enjoying your day. Peace.